Welcome, Saiyans, to the previous episode. Goku finally entered the Dark World after making a mistake in the spell to escape from the Hell Prison, only to discover a destroyed world hiding the greatest secrets. There he met the true Dark King, Kugo, who had been living inside his body all this time. He discovered that the Daishinkan was the one who destroyed the Dark World 1,500 years ago and slaughtered its people for the sake of the elixir that granted him immortality. Goku learned the shocking truth that the Dark King was never a monster as everyone believed, but a king who sacrificed his life to protect his brother and his people. At the same time, Gohan fought a terrifying battle against the Daishinkan and nearly died, but at the last moment, Goten appeared with a horrifying new form and power, saving him from death and taking him directly to Beerus's planet to heal. But now, the real war has finally begun. Before we begin, don't forget to support this original content that we work so hard on, from writing, directing, editing, designing, and creating every single scene so the episode can turn out like this. So all you have to do is support us by subscribing, leaving the strongest comment to motivate us, and don't forget to like and share the episode with your friends. And now, let's begin. Goku stood before the antidote tree, his fist clenched so tightly that the muscles of his arm trembled, his eyes wandering across the graves scattered across the horizon as if they were the end of an entire world. Then he said in a low voice, yet filled with anger, "Don't tell me that all these graves I've seen since my arrival belong to the inhabitants of this world." Virkan breathed slowly, lowered his head for a moment, then raised his eyes with deep sadness and said, "Unfortunately, yes. Almost no one is left. Only us and a very small number of survivors. You can count them on the fingers of one hand." He fell silent for a few seconds as he looked at the graves, then continued in a heavier voice. "This is what the Daishinkan has done, and this is what you must be ready to face." Goku tightened his fist even more, then said sharply, "Then I won't just stand here waiting. I will crush his skull completely." Virkan looked at him with a sharp gaze and said, "And that's why it's time for your real training." Without hesitation, he let out a sharp whistle, and in an instant, the giant white dragon appeared behind them. The two climbed onto its back and launched at incredible speed toward the palace, the winds raging around them, and Goku's eyes shining with excitement he hadn't felt in a long time. As soon as they landed, Goku was surprised by the scene before him. A massive battle arena began forming outside the palace, golden cubes floating and rising, rocks splitting apart, energy drawing the boundaries of the arena with astonishing precision. Goku stood amazed and said, "Wow, how are you doing all of this so quickly?" Meryl stopped, her face slightly flushed, then turned away, trying to hide her embarrassment, and said in a serious tone,
"No time for admiration. We are already late. Come on, let's begin."
Goku smiled lightly, then stepped forward, his energy gradually rising, and said with confidence, "This is what I've been waiting for. Real training at last." The Daishinkan returned to the palace. His steps were calm, but his expression carried something hidden. Suddenly, he stopped in place as he felt something behind him, something heavy and familiar to him. Then he spoke, "No need to hide." Suddenly, Zeno's two guards appeared directly behind him. The aura in the place changed. The Daishinkan said in extreme anger,
Do you think you can stop me? The guards. No, we just don't want you to do something inappropriate. Get out of my way before I kill you both as well. Yes, Lord Daishinkan.
Everything returned to normal, and the Daishinkan continued walking. As soon as he opened the main door, he found Zeno waiting in the center of the hall, his eyes burning with anger. The atmosphere was charged with a heavy energy that suffocated the breath. Zeno spoke in a sharp voice.
Why all this delay? And your clothes are torn. Don't you want to tell me what's happening?
The Daishinkan tried to hide it, smiled a cold smile and said, "Nothing, just some prisoners tried to escape, and I dealt with them completely." A second of silence, then the reply came like a direct stab.
You're lying.
The Daishinkan's face froze for a moment. A slight shock passed through his eyes. Zeno stepped forward, his voice becoming deeper.
I passed by the clock tower, and I didn't find Goku there. You've been lying to me all this time. Where is Goku?
Everything changed. The Daishinkan's expression turned from shock into a dark, deep, terrifying smile, and he said in a cold voice, "Since you've reached this point, there's no need to hide the truth anymore. I've grown tired of you as well. Day after day, endless orders, restrictions, surveillance, as if I were your servant." He slowly raised his head, his eyes shining with pure malice. "You prevented me from going to the dark world and bringing back my wife. And that alone is because of what I did there before. And now, you won't stop me anymore. We will end everything between us." Zeno's aura suddenly exploded, and he said with indescribable rage, "We won't end anything. You are the one who will be erased from existence." He raised his small hand, then a pure white power emerged. Space itself compressed. The laws of existence collapsed in that moment, an energy capable of erasing an entire being. One strike was enough to end everything. Zeno said coldly, "Traitor, if I had known your truth before, I wouldn't have kept you alive until now." The Daishinkan's body began to disintegrate, turning into particles, disappearing, fading as if he had never existed. Silence. Everything was over. Or so Zeno thought. Because suddenly, those particles began to move, gathering, swirling behind him in silence, without any sensation, without any warning, and in an instant, the body was complete again behind him. A cold voice pierced the place. "It's over, the era of your rule, you little dwarf." Zeno froze. He couldn't comprehend. He couldn't understand. Zeno said in confusion, How did you return?" And before he could move, before he could think, the Daishinkan's hand had already moved. One strike, swift, decisive, the head separated from the body in terrifying silence. No scream, no resistance. Just the end. Zeno's head fell, and his existence ended. For the first time since the beginning of his reign, the supreme ruler had fallen. The Daishinkan stood looking at the body without any expression, then said in a chilling calm, "Now
No one will disturb me. No one will watch me. No one will stop me. He raised his head upward, a cold smile forming. It's time for the true beginning. I will bring back my wife, and we will rule together.
In the dark world, far from all of that, Goku stood in the middle of the training field, facing Princess Meryl. The air around them burned with a dark, dense, and deep energy. Goku's body had changed. Glowing lines spread across his skin, his eyes sharp, his focus unmatched. He suddenly launched forward. Both of them vanished from their spots and reappeared in an instant. Impact! A black spark exploded between them. Both stepped back, but Goku smiled and said confidently, "Faster, stronger. I feel like I'm finally understanding this power." Meryl looked at him with focus and said calmly,
You're using a high level of dark power without losing yourself. That's not normal.
Goku laughed. Maybe because I no longer see it as an enemy, but as a part of me. Deep within him, the Dark King's voice laughed softly.
Don't rush. You're still far from my power. You're only using 30% of it.
Goku replied with confidence. Maybe, but I won't be your vessel. I'll be the one who decides the end. The fight stopped. A brief silence, then Goku said, looking toward the palace, "And now, I want a real fight. I want to face your father. I want to test my limits." Meryl's expression changed slightly, and she said with a hint of concern, "I don't think he would want that." But before she could finish, the world trembled. A massive wave of energy crossed the sky. Even the color of darkness itself changed. Something had awakened. Goku slowly raised his head, his eyes glowing, his form shifting, golden hair beginning to grow along his arms. He said in a low voice, "This energy, it's making me tremble with excitement." The Dark King's voice inside him became serious for the first time.
I think it's time to stop your training, Goku. What's coming now is far more dangerous.
Meryl whispered, "This feeling, impossible." And in that moment, Virkin suddenly appeared in the sky above them, his voice shaking the very space. "Goku, I think I arrived just in time. You need to prepare. The Daishinkan has broken free from all limits. He killed Zeno, and he will most likely come for us, precisely to free his wife." A determined smile appeared on Goku's face. A golden aura exploded from his body. Finally, a fight worth the sacrifice. I've been waiting for this battle with the Daishinkan ever since I was in the Hell Prison. And deep within him, the Dark King slowly opened his eyes and said,
"Now we will see which of us will awaken first, the Daishinkan and his immortal blood, or us."
The scene shifts to Beerus's planet, a sky unusually calm, yet the air is charged with something heavy. Inside the planet, Gohan slowly opens his eyes, his breathing gradually returning. His body, which had been shattered moments ago, is now completely healed. The first thing he sees in front of him is Whis' face, wearing his usual calm smile, but behind it an undeniable sadness. Whis says softly, "It seems you've returned to us, Gohan." Gohan moves slowly, looks around, then fixes his eyes on Whis and says directly, "Whis, is that you? So you're on our side, right?" A brief silence, then Whis sighs and says in a low voice, "Yes, I have been from the beginning, but you shouldn't thank me. Thank Lord Beerus instead."
Gohan furrows his brows. Beerus? Whis continues, "Yes, him. He is forced to fight on the Daishinkan's side, not because he wants to, but because he has no other choice." Gohan clenches his fist. So he's stuck between both sides, not knowing which path to choose. Suddenly, Gohan's eyes widen, as if he remembered something important. "Wait, the one who saved me, where is he?" Before he could finish, a voice came from behind him, a familiar voice, but stronger, deeper. "I'm here. Glad you're still alive, brother." Gohan's body freezes, slowly. He turns around, his eyes unable to believe what he sees. In front of him stands Goten, but not the child he remembers. A taller body, defined muscles, a heavy aura surrounding him, eyes filled with strength and experience. Gohan says in shock, "Goten?" "Yes, it's me." Gohan stepped forward, looked him up and down, then said sincerely, "This power, this presence, you've become bigger than me. I'm proud of you, brother. When did all of this happen?" Goten looked at the sky for a moment, then said, "Thanks to Lord Beerus. He's the one who brought me here." A stream of pain and cruelty began to flow within him. His voice grew heavier. "He gave me something, the antidote curse, an ancient elixir. He said he had never dared to use it, but it was the only solution to increase my power." He continued, his eyes burning. "He told me that whoever drinks it might not come back alive. So before I did, he trained me himself. Training that was not merciful, not human." He took a deep breath. "I cried, I screamed, I collapsed countless times, but I continued until I awakened the strongest Ozaru transformation this universe has ever seen." A moment of silence. Then he continues, "And when I was ready, I drank the cursed elixir."
Hi. You have to drink this now.
What happened after that wasn't training. It was war, a war inside my own body. Every hour here was equal to 2 years inside that curse. My body grew, my muscles tore apart and were rebuilt over and over. I transformed into the rare giant green Ozaru, and I fought the black cursed one. It even took my left eye with a sword, but I killed it again and again, year after year, until I won. He raises his head with confidence, and when I woke up, I was like this. Gohan listens, amazed, deeply moved, then smiles and says, "So, you went through hell too, just like us, me and Dad." A light laugh escapes him. What a cruel coincidence.
He steps forward and hugs Goten tightly. "I'm glad you're here." Goten returns the embrace with equal strength. "And I won't leave you again." They step back slightly. Then Gohan says, his eyes shining with determination, "We'll fight together. We'll bring back our father, Son Goku, and we'll take down the Daishinkan. This time, we won't lose." Goten nods confidently. "Together until the end." Whis speaks calmly. "If that is your decision, then I know where he is." Both turn quickly. "Where?" Whis smiles slightly. "A world not easy to reach, but now you are no longer who you used to be." He steps forward and says, "Prepare yourselves. We are going to meet him." Joy and determination appear on their faces. Finally! At that same moment, far away in Zeno's palace, the palace is no longer what it once was. The atmosphere is dark, heavy, as if existence itself is afraid. In the grand hall stands the Daishinkan. Behind him, all the gods of destruction. And in front of him, the remaining angels, his children. Their eyes are fixed on him, but not with reverence, with anticipation and fear. The Daishinkan slowly raises his head, his eyes cold, devoid of any mercy. Then he says a single sentence, yet it shakes the entire palace. "This war is for the sake of bringing back your mother." Silence, but it was not calm. It was the silence before the explosion. He continues, his voice growing harsher. "I want no hesitation, no mercy. I want a battle until death." If you enjoyed the episode, don't forget to support us by subscribing and activating the notification bell, because what's coming next will not be just a battle, but a war that will change all of history. And write your strongest predictions for the next episode in the comments, because I personally read every single comment, and the best comment might even become an idea inside the story itself. Who do you think will win the war between light and darkness? Will Goku and his Saiyan sons be able to defeat the Daishinkan and save the universes? Or will the immortal Daishinkan, alongside the gods of destruction and his millions of children, turn everything into an eternal hell?